Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Carlos King, and before we get started, nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. What is happening? Carlos King has unraveled, you guys. That is what's happening. That is what is going on, and we have to talk about it. He is getting dragged up, back, and centered like all over the place. But in this video, we are talking about his response, or rather his pivot, when Dr. Heavenly tried to confirm Winter's Tea from Love and Marriage DC that nobody makes more than $2,500 an episode. And you know, and I've said this in other videos that Carlos King, and he even said this on the live that he did with Mel, right? He said Mel is the only reality star that does not want to pre-game, does not want to do a pre-call or pre-conference of any sort of any potential future interviews or future lives or podcasts together or anything. Mel wants to be fresh off the cuff, so whatever you're going to ask her, she is going to give you, you know, the exact opinion right then and there, right? And that's how I like to do my videos, right? I like to just tell you guys right off the rip what my thoughts are and upload it and get it out to you guys as fast as possible. You know, the moment that I see something, the moment that it is brought to my attention and I react to it. And so, nonetheless, it was pretty obvious that Carlos King has been, you know, in his feelings since the winter interview and the subsequent lives and YouTubes and everything else that she's been doing afterwards, answering additional questions and comments and things or additional details that people have about her treatment on a Carlos King production, right? So, nonetheless, this messy Monday was not as messy as it normally is. You could tell that the energy was off. You could tell the vibe was off. Carlos King is up here talking about if you're stressed, go see a therapist, and that he was at his therapist hours before this messy live with Dr. Heavenly and all these things. So, Carlos King is rattled, you guys. I mean, it's still rattled even now, because he is posting not just Bible quotes this time or tweets from the pastor. Now he's actually posting gospel music, you guys. like it's bad. It is bad out here for Carlos. But nonetheless, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Heavenly fashion sneaks in there. You know, is it true that you're paying the people $2,500? And Carlos King was like, oh, we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it, and then doesn't talk about it, you guys, and says, we're here tonight to discuss Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. And I was like, whoa, what a pivot, you guys, because here's the thing, even when Martell dragged Carlos King up through and center and said the show was full of actors and that it wasn't real and that Carlos King better call him so they can sort it out and all the things. Even Carlos King on that following Messy Monday when people were going in on Martell in that chat, even Carlos King said, you know, he was going to address it. He made some comment in response to it, right? Even though it really didn't matter at the end of the day because Carlos, you know, because he's still in the show because Martell didn't go anywhere, right? And then there were other times, like he made a comment when he was upset that people were shading the Black with the QUE Expo because there was a lot of suspect behavior that was happening, and there was like 1 million ads that were coming out that had zero information on it. So then he got on again another Messy Monday and was like, you know, these people are just attacking them because they don't like Letitia and Marceau. No. That wasn't the reason, Carlos King. The reason was it was a scam, is why people were going in, right? And so I find it, and even in the midst of, you know, everything that's going on with what happened with the fallout of Millimeters and the Melody's Live podcast in January. And originally Carlos King wanted to get on his platform and be like, oh no, I would never strike anybody's channels, basically trying to call the YouTubers a liar, right? But then on a later Messy Monday, he then reneged on that and walked back that statement and basically said that if you are using his intellectual property without his permission and it's not a pre-recorded, live or podcast or what have you, then he's going to strike the channels. But we knew he was striking because his name's there. It tells you who's striking your channel and the contact information, right? So it wasn't this big mystery, so I don't know why he lied about that in the first place, but he's completely shook by Winter, and that could mean a couple of things, you guys. His non-answer was the answer for me. Basically, these people are not making anything. Dr. Heavenly tried her best to try to clean it up and see, well, when you're first on a show, you don't make that much anyway. No. Dr. Heavenly, you needed to add a little caveat to that. When you were first on a Carlos King show, you were never going to make anything, right? But if you were on Bravo, if you were on NBC Universal, that is going to pay their housewives, is going to pay their reality stars on Married to Medicine and Summer House and Below Deck and Vanderpump Rules. You think they're there for pennies? No. And then the bonuses that you guys get allegedly, for reunion, some of you, depending on your contracts, are per episode. Because remember, there was drama with Nene on her last few seasons of the show where she kept getting suspended. It impacted her pay and all of the things. So nonetheless, even with all that being said, if you're a friend of the show, if it's your first season on a Bravo reality TV show, it is more than you're ever going to get on a Carlos King production, people. And that's the bottom line, right? Because here's the thing. The fact that Carlos King didn't flat out deny it told me it was true, right? And told you the answer, right? And it is clear as day that he is pressed, but he knows that he can't say what he really wants to say because that puts him in jeopardy, because he's already crossing a line by going this hard in the paint for the Bravo shows, right? But nonetheless, he's completely shook. He is completely unraveled. I mean, clearly even, even the Messy Monday, like I said, just wasn't even messy enough for what we're used to from Carlos King. And I am wondering now what the future implications of this, and I am wondering if and when Winter is going to follow through with filing that lawsuit against Kingdom Reign, against OWN, against Discovery, and everyone else that was involved, subpoena the cast of, who were witnessing any type of scenes that were out of line and out of bounds and all of that. I wonder if Carlos King is really shattered. But here's the thing. This is the same person who has encouraged the tomfoolery and the bullying of other people, right? This is the same person who was allegedly, well, not really alleged. Maurice from Love and Marriage Huntsville said it on his own platform, that he talks to Carlos King at night, that Carlos King was the one who was giving him advice on whether or not to sue content creators. That came from Maurice's mouth. Right? So there's no conjecture there or speculation. No. How many times has his cast member sold him out and exposed the real, right? But Carlos King never has any energy for them. It is only for black women that he feels threatened by, right? But it is very funny and very interesting that he has nothing to say
about Winter, right? But he did take action that I am going to talk about in a video after this that I found very interesting. So there is that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of Carlos King's non-answer, which was the answer to Winter's claims that nobody's getting paid on a Carlos King production, and tried to laugh it off, claimed that they were going to talk about it. They never did, and said that they're here tonight to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. No. Any other time, you have no problem being messy as it pertains to other reality stars or responding to Simone from Married to Medicine calling you a blogger. You have no problem throwing shots back at people. Except for when you're triggered, right? Except for when everybody is hitting you up, asking you, is it true that you are lowballing your reality stars on your shows? And see the bigger picture with this is that this is going to negatively impact potential future shows that Carlos King is trying to have in the works with potentially Nene or Tamar or whoever. Now that puts all of that in jeopardy, you guys. Because if they realize, and really all they have to do is call Monique, but if they realize that it is not worth all of the chaos of getting paid pennies when they know what they're used to getting paid at Bravo, they're going to tell Carlos King, thanks, but no thanks. So there is that for real this time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.